What's up, Internet? This is Rambling Josh, and you're watching another episode of Let's Play Pokemon Card. Today, we're about ready to take on the Grand Masters of the Pokemon Card League, or whatever they're called. They're basically the Elite Four of Pokemon Card. And I made a couple of preparations. Namely, let's save. I've reinstated my Rain Dance deck here with some slight modifications to accommodate my new Blastoise. Wait, I only have 2 Wartortles? Okay. No, I want Bills. Let's take out another full heal. Put in another. No. Yeah, sure, fine. Okay, whatever. But I've also made another deck, which is a deck by the name of Haymaker. And basically, it revolves around 3 Pokemon. Hitmonchan, Electabuzz, and Scyther. Now, typically this deck, the idea is to have 4 of each. I don't quite have that much. I'm still lacking a little bit, but I figured I'd go with it anyways. And I'm going to use this deck later on for at least one opponent. I just thought I would give it a try, just because it's one of my favorite types of decks. Yeah. So, that's sitting there ready to go. But for now, mysterious voice. Having obtained all of the medals, we are allowed to enter the hall place thing. Enter the dueling stage. I'm honestly I feel a little bit like I'm unready to face the Grandmasters here. Gentleman Jack. I feel like my deck is not as good as it could be. I mean, it's definitely not as good as it could be. But I'll give it a shot anyways. In truth, even with the best deck possible, there's always a chance that you're just going to end up losing. Wow, this is a bad fan. At least I have lots of stalling capability. I've got all the basic Pokemon I should need all game. Although luckily I should be at an inherent advantage against this lady because she uses fire Pokemon. Does Fire Giver just put fire energy in your hand? I guess I should have read that Pokemon power a little bit closer. So the Grandmasters of this Pokemon Stadium thingamadoohicker, they use special versions of the legendary bird Pokemon cards. So she has Moltres. She's got the normal Moltres, which is kind of strange. That's interesting. Which is a maybe good card, but mostly not, because it's, well, not. And then there's this Moltres, which, only when you put it into play. That's weird. Wow. That's like, I'm not even sure how you would use that card in normal play. Like, without a computer to randomize it for you. Anyways, and then Dive Bomb. Also flip a gun. Okay. So it seems like her offensive ability is very random. And this Magmar is going to be annoying, isn't it? Stupid smoke screen. Well, Lapras is only up here to stall too, so seems like we've got a bit of a stall off here. Let's power up Articuno for now, just because I can be confident that Articuno is going to be able to do something. Whereas powering up Seal or a Squirtle or something is going to rely on pulling an evolutionary card out of my deck, which may or may not happen. So just keep going with this Lapras. I've got the advantage now. I can get rid of this Magmar, then things should be good for me. Although, I think she... Is it another level 31 Magmar? No, that's the bad Magmar. I mean, I guess it's okay. 30 damage for 2 energy is not bad, actually. But it's only got 50 HP? Yeah, okay. Failed the smoke screen check. Oh well. Things are gonna get going sooner or later here. Yeah, let's use the bill. Use that bill. Okay, that's lots of energy. We're all good in here now. Just gotta let Lapras kind of play itself out, as I usually tend to do. Oh, she switched? That's interesting. Okay, kill my Lapras. Okay. Out goes Articuno. My own legendary bird. Okay, let's start powering up Seal, and in the meanwhile, I'll use a computer search and look for a Dougal. Like that. And freeze dry. I don't care if it paralyzes him because he's dead. First prize, or no, that's not the first prize, it's the second prize. I don't know what she expects to do. This Moltres, I guess 3 energy isn't that much. So this Pokemon Breeder is a card that I haven't shown before. Basically what it does is it acts as, for a 3-stage evolutionary Pokemon like Blastoise, it acts as kind of like the intermediary. So basically it allows you to go straight from Squirtle to Blastoise if you have those cards available to you. So a lot of people prefer to have a breeder and no Wartortles in their deck, or like 4 Pokemon breeders and no Wartortles, or something like that. Just because is Moltres not weak to water? That's really strange. What? What? Oh, okay. Well, whatever. So yeah, a lot of people prefer to have the Pokemon breeders instead of Wartortles in their deck just because they're faster. It allows you to immediately jump from Squirtle to Blastoise, and Wartortle's not typically considered to be a very good Pokemon. Just because it's not. So yeah. And I'm gonna just power up a little bit and use Blizzard just because I want to take out this Moltres before it has a chance to actually do anything to me. I'm pretty sure none of her other Pokemon, except for the Magmar, have any energy. So, okay, this one has 1 energy, but she's not gonna have a chance to power it up before anything and stuff, and yeah. But as I was saying, in terms of the whole Pokemon breeder thing, I personally don't really like to go all for breeders because I think Wartortle, like, there's nothing wrong with that. I just really hate having Squirtles around, and I like to evolve them just because I guess it makes me feel more comfortable if they're sitting on my bench with more HP. And Wartortle lets you do that with only a single card. Whereas to use the breeder, you have to have a Squirtle on your bench, and you have to have a Pokemon breeder and a Blastoise in your hand, which is a less likely scenario. What? That's interesting. If your opponent has any basic Pokemon or evolutionary cards in his or her hand, your opponent shuffles them into his or her deck. Then your opponent puts an equal number of basic Pokemon or evolutionary cards chosen at random from his or her deck into his or her hand. That's very strange. That's another ability that I don't think you could actually use in the real game. The card game. Like the physical card game. I mean, I guess I have a Blastoise now, so thanks. So yeah, I put a breeder in my deck partly just to show it off, but partly because there is merit in it. But I like having Blastoise or Wartortles as well. I like being able to remove the weakness of having Squirtles with only 40 HP just sitting on my bench. And like I said, you can do that quicker with a Wartortle than you can with a Breeder, and also having to have a Blastoise. So yeah, I've only got one Breeder, so I figured I might as well put it in my deck. I'm pretty sure at this point I'm just repeating words that I already said. I'm using Freeze Dry instead of Blizzard here just because it's a lower risk ability. There isn't really any reason that I need to kill stuff very quickly in this instance, and it's better, in my opinion, to just do the damage and not take the risk of doing damage to my own bench. I've said before, but I'm just not really a fan of the whole damage your, like, the risk of damaging your opponent's bench versus damaging your own bench. I usually don't like taking that risk. So I'll usually only use Blizzard if I need to quickly kill something. I'll use it for the 50 damage, not for the chance of doing damage to the opponent's bench. Unless there's like a chance that I'm going to knock out a Pokemon who only has 10 HP left or something like that. It's just usually not a risk that I'll take. And of course, having the ability to paralyze someone also comes with its own advantages. So that was Courtney, the first of the Grand Masters. Your next opponent is waiting for you! And this is where I save! And so with that, I will take on Thunder Steve on the next episode of Let's Play Pokemon Card. Catch you later!